Hey guys, welcome to Treadmill Review Guru. Today we're going to take a look at the NordicTrack VR25 Recumbent bike. As you can see, this is a nice, comfortable recumbent bike. The seat is situated back behind the pedals. It's an easy step-through design, so you can just step through and sit back. You don't have to have a lot of leg mobility, and you don't have to lift your leg very high. I just barely measured, and this bar is less than 3 inches high, so it's a real easy step to just step over that bar and sit back. You've got a nice padded saddle right here that's just nice and wide, and a vented backrest, which is very comfortable. This also comes with a nice 7-inch touchscreen built into the console. You can see it kind of pivots right there, and includes NordicTrack's iFit program, free for the first year, with all the videos and content to keep you entertained while you're riding. So anyway, this is a fantastic bike. Let's take a look at the construction. Let's take a look at the construction on the NordicTrack VR25 Recumbent bike. So as you can see, this has a steel frame that goes underneath the bike, and your upright right here holds the console. It's powder coated, so it's both rust and dent resistant, but it's very sturdy. And as I mentioned, this bar right here is less than 3 inches high, so it's a real easy step over. And then you've got a nice cover over the front flywheel. So your flywheel is tucked in here, and this comes with a 25-pound flywheel, which is really pretty impressive for a recumbent bike. Your pedals are wide, and they will support any athletic shoe. And as you can see, you have a nice strap here to just kind of hold your foot in there, nice and secure. One thing I love about this bike is that on your handles right here on either side, it's a real comfortable place to just rest your arms. And it does have your heart rate sensors here, and it also has an adjustment for volume on the left and a resistance on the right. Also, this vented backrest, it's nice and wide, it supports your back, you've got lumbar support, but it's vented, so you don't get that sweat buildup. I don't know if you've ever ridden another recumbent bike and you get off and it's all sweaty in the back, so that's kind of nice. And as you can see, you've got 2 nice water bottle cups on either side, and that's an easy reach. This seat does slide forward and back, and I measured the seat. It's about 17 inches wide and about 12 inches deep, so it's a good size seat. And it sits about 26 inches from the floor, so it's just a real easy to sit back on that seat. The one thing that is a little bit tricky with this bike is moving it is a little challenging. It does have front transport wheels up here at the front, but the bike itself is relatively heavy and hard to lift. There's also no handle back here. I would really like to see a steel handle back here so you could lift it a little bit easier. As it is, you have to reach down, lift that rear upright, lift it up enough that it engages those front wheels, and then roll it forward or back. So that's one thing to be aware of. Moving it is a little bit of a challenge. It does support 350 pounds of user weight, so it's a great option for users of various weights and sizes. And your total footprint here, like I mentioned, it's about 22 inches wide. It's 68 inches long and 60 inches to this highest part on that tablet holder. NordicTrack covers the VR25 with a pretty good warranty. You've got a 10-year warranty on the frame, which is really impressive. And that also covers 2 years parts and 1 year labor. Let's take a look at the console on the VR25 Recumbent bike. So as you can see, this is a nice large console. You do have your pivoting touchscreen up here at the top with that iFit workout, which is really nice. And you also have a tablet holder here at the top. The tablet holder both pivots up and down, and it swivels side to side. So if you have a tablet or even just a phone, you've got this adjustable clip at the top. You can set that phone or tablet in there, and it will hold it. My phone actually has a protector on it that makes it really thick, and it still holds it in there pretty well. So that's a nice option. And then you have a nice ledge down here in between the front console panel and your speakers. You can also drop a phone there, and because the screen is smaller and a little lifted, you could set it in front and it won't block your screen. So that's really nice. As you can see, this is Bluetooth compatible, so it will sync with a chest strap, and you can then see your heart rate as you're working out. You can also sync your phone with the console. So I can play my music on the phone, on the speakers right here, which is also nice. So it comes with 35 onboard workouts, and I'm going to show you what these are real quick. So a lot of times when we do workout or when we do videos, we're logged into iFit, and so it shows you the whole library. But right here, we're not logged in. So as you can see, these are the videos that are going to come free on the machine. There's always a few highlighted videos here at the top that you can watch, and it'll say see all if I want to go to all of those. So you do get some videos, which is really nice, and these will kind of update. They'll have a workout of the day and other things, and you've got both in class, and then you can see this is an outdoor ride. If you scroll down, they'll have different maps that are map locations all over the world that you can watch as you ride. These are not a video, they're like your Google Maps images, and they will update as you ride. And then down here, you've got your graph displays. So these are the workouts that just, as you go along, it will kind of show you where you are on that display. And those are divided into different categories. So you've got like calorie burn, speed, strength, and interval. So anyway, that's an example of the 35 workouts that come, and there's really more than that come with your bike, even if you don't end up using iFit. So you can see down here, it does have a fan. And one thing I really like about this is your fan has 4 control settings. So let's say I want to let's go home. Here's your home screen, and I'm going to go up to manual start, which is on the top right. It will always give me a little prompt here to make sure that I'm ready to work. That little beep means that it's starting my warm up, and I'm going to skip that, but just start. So here you've got your manual mode, and this is a 1/4 mile track. And as you pedal, it will start to fill that in. Now, if I want to run the fan, I just turn that on, and like I said, you got 4 settings. You have low, medium, high, and then the 4th one is auto. So because I'm not pedaling, if I click to that 4th one, it's going to turn it off. And then I can click it all the way over, and it turns it off. You also have your volume control buttons here. So if I'm watching a video and I want to turn that volume up, I can turn it up right there, and I can also turn it down. So those are your fan and volume controls. Down here, you've got your resistance levels, and these skip by 2. So, well, they don't skip by 2, they just kind of jump. So you got 2, 4, and then 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and they go up to 26, which is really nice. And then you also, if you want to go to level 3, you can hit 2 and then hit the button, and it will take you up a level. And then down here, as I mentioned, on the handlebars, you also have a volume control setting on the left and a resistance setting on the right, which is really nice. You can see down here at the bottom, here's your fan. It kind of blows chest high, so you get really nice airflow as you're riding. If you want to skip the Bluetooth segment but still plug your phone in, you do have an aux-in cord right here. It's not out, but it is an aux-in port, so you can plug your phone in there and play your music through the speakers. These handles, as you can see, they have kind of an ergonomic design so that they're really comfortable to hold. There's no buttons or anything, they're just for support. And then you also have the handles down by the saddle. So really pretty nice design on this console for the VR25. Let's take a look at the functionality of the VR25 Recumbent bike. So as you can see, you've got an easy step over, and you can just sit right back. Make sure you've got a good position with those pedals. This does have a 25-pound flywheel, which is really nice because what that does is the heavier your flywheel is, the smoother your pedal stroke tends to be. If your flywheel is a little bit lighter, you might have more of a jerky pedaling motion. So this has very smooth pedal stroke, which is really nice, and it's a result of that 25-pound flywheel in there. Also, you have 26 digital resistance levels. Now, regardless of which resistance level I'm on, the resistance is silent. So you can hear right here, or you can't hear. There's like no noise, which is really nice. So let me add a little bit of resistance. I'm gonna go up. I just jumped to resistance level 8. Let's do resistance level 20, and you'll see it's gonna get harder to pedal. So that's pretty challenging. Let's go to 26. I'm gonna have to hold on, I think. So the resistance is strong. You've got enough resistance to challenge pretty much any rider, but regardless of your resistance level, there's no noise. So I'll drop it back to 20, take it back to 10. It takes just a second to adjust, and drop it back to 2. So it's really nice that you can ride the bike and it's relatively silent while you're riding. Another thing that I like about this bike is you do have the 7-inch touchscreen, and it does pivot, so you can reach it and see it relatively easily. I also love these handlebars on the side. They're a very natural place to just rest my hands. I don't have to keep them in my lap. And they do have heart rate sensors there on the side. And you also have a volume adjustment here on the left and resistance on the right. The other thing that's nice about this recumbent bike is the seat slides forward and back. So you just release the lever down underneath. You can slide it all the way forward or move it back as needed. And then just pull it back up to adjust. So lots of really nice functionality on the NordicTrack VR25. As you can see, the NordicTrack VR25 Recumbent bike is a really well-designed, sturdy, comfortable bike. So there's a few things that we want to review as far as pros and cons. The pros of this bike are the frame is very stable. It can support up to 350 pounds of user weight. Another pro is you've got 25-pound flywheel in there, which is really a good weighted flywheel for a recumbent bike. We love the padded seat and the vented backrest. It's very comfortable. Also, this is an easy bike to get on and off. You just step to the side and sit back, and that's very, it works really well for anybody that has mobility issues. If you're doing some rehab work, trying to get mobility back into your hips or knees or whatever, it's really nice just to be able to step through and sit back on this. It's also easy on your joints. You have less tension because you're not sitting up and over the top of your knees and ankles. Instead, your body weight is back behind. So there's a lot of really good benefits to this bike. It does have 26 resistance levels, a nice little 7-inch touchscreen, and includes iFit Free for the first year. There's a few things that we don't want to call them negatives, but just to be aware of. And one thing is, because this bike is so sturdy and stable, it is heavy and it is difficult to move. So we recommend finding a designated space where you plan to use the bike and just leave it there, because it's not easy to roll in and out, and you do have to lift quite a bit of that weight. And as I mentioned earlier, there's no handle back here to grab and lift the bike. The other thing is, it's a pretty good sized bike. You know, you've got a pretty good footprint here on this bike, so it takes up a little more space than like a traditional studio bike. And another thing to be aware of is this bike, because it allows you to sit down and back while you exercise, it's a little more difficult to get your heart rate really high into those high anaerobic zones where you're burning a lot of calories and whatever, but that's not really what the bike is designed for. It's designed to keep you aerobic, target that fat burn zone, increase your joint mobility, reduce tension as you exercise, and allow you to sit down and be comfortable and still just get that workout that you're looking for. For a detailed written review, make sure and check us out at treadmillreviewguru.com. And for a link to current pricing, click the link below. If you liked our video, make sure and give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.